Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Entre Abuelitas, between grandmas. Yes, because we talk a lot, we have a lot to say, and we really need you to listen up. You have to listen to grandma. I am your numero uno abuelita, of course, all the time, and your host, Liliana Montenegro. And today is going to be the ladies in red. Why? Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. It's that wonderful, wonderful time of the year when you spend a lot of money. The credit cards are begging you to put them in the freezer. They go, please leave me alone. Don't touch me anymore. Because it's the absolute truth. But we still go crazy. And who do abuelitas go crazy over? Is spending money and spending time with those beautiful grandkids of ours. Isn't it? Isn't that what we do? All year long, we prepare, we plan, and sometimes last minute, who knows? But do we get to spend time with the kids, with the grandkids? Do we talk to them? Do we exchange gifts? Do we not care? Do they care? Will they even remember? That's the important thing. I actually have to keep saying, I know I spent all of this, but damn, it's not just plastic. I have to pay it back. So we have to be a little careful. But if there is one thing, and this we keep saying through every show, how the generations have recreated our society, have recreated that relationship of grandma, grandchild. And we can only talk about grandmas because this is a show about grandmas. Grandpas, you'll get your minute. We'll bring you on too. I know. I wonder if some grandpa is going, and why can't I be in it? Because you weren't invited? No, I'm kidding. It will come a day. I mean, I don't mean to be rude. It's just funny. But yes, happy holidays to everybody. But the one thing that has truly changed is how we act or react to these events, to these holidays. You've heard of co-parenting, correct? Well, have you also heard of that word that we kind of push under the rug, co-grandparenting? Did you know it existed? I made it up. No, it's absolutely truth. Okay, because it is also a relationship. And you know how life is changing, generations are changing, cultural baggage is being removed. Everybody is becoming a new world, a new family, a new bond, right? And do co grandparents know each other? I mean, we know that my son or daughter or your son and daughter married each other, fell in love, had a baby. Maybe they started with the baby. More chance for us not to know who we are. So how is it we're not falling in love? We did not fall in love and started dating. All of a sudden, boom, we're family. Isn't that wonderful? Who are you? I mean, and then they get me. Hey, that's another point. They go, who is this crazy woman? But this is exactly what we're talking about today, how the times truly have changed, how there are no rules to this. Um, sometimes our children have moved to another state, another country. They move closer to one side of the family to the other. Then what happens when they split? Well, the whole topic always goes around the one most important thing is loving that grandchild. No matter what the adults are going through or what they think of the situation that's going on, we have to be careful and maintain that emotional freedom these children give us because they're the best thing we will ever have in our lives. It is a love like no other. Santa, you can give me all the gifts in the world and it still won't add up. True or not, my guest will tell you exactly that. And who did I pick for today's show? With none other than the co-grandparent to this one. We are co-grandparents to two beautiful children, and we're going to talk about exactly what that is. I'm so sorry if I didn't even say, well, how do you want me to introduce you, Queen so-and-so, or I don't know. But let me introduce my co-grandparent, the beautiful, the one and only, coming to us from Arizona, Miss Jackie Avila. Hello, Jackie.
Hi. Nice to meet everybody.
How are you, my love?
I'm good, thank
Yes.
you.
And in meeting everybody, why don't you tell us about you? Because that's important. Who are you? Where do you come from? Are you from Arizona?
No, I was born and raised in California, so I'm from the LA area. Transplanted to Arizona. I have 5 children, and my parents are originally from Yucatan. Yes.
Yucatan. That was my first high school boyfriend. He was a bochito.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, Yucatan. I've heard of that before. I know. I don't think that many people know that word.
no, they don't.
I'm like, dude, I was so young.
Thank
I
you.
know how I remember it, huh? But I hope he's doing well. But how old were you when you got to Arizona?
Let me see. I moved to Arizona twice. So I moved back in 19 believe it was 92. And then I was here until 2004. And then we moved back to Cali. And then we moved back again in 2019 because I had a grandson.
Let's talk about grandsons. You, my daughter is the mother. Your son, Michael, is a wonderful father to Maximus. Um, However, we do have two grandsons that we share, only because we also have Elijah, who comes from Delba's previous marriage, my daughter's, and the kids have a 10-year difference. How was welcoming that into your family to you?
We've always been very open. So I consider Elijah my bonus grandson, which I'm lucky to have another. And he's just been wonderful since the day one when we met him. Everybody fell in love with him. So when my family met him, then the rest of my family met him, my extended family, my parents, my aunts, my sisters, and everybody just fell in love with him. So like I said, he's my bonus grandson, and I'm so lucky and fortunate to have him.
Oh, what a great bonus. Oh, I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
that. For everybody, look at me. I'm already crying. This is going to be a tearjerker, people. Please get your tissues ready. I'm going. This is the Christmas season. This is a time to understand that many of us grandparents are going through all of this. And so the next time that you might look to your co-grandparent in the room, you might just wink an eye at them and say, hey, we're all going through the same thing. So now here comes Elijah to your life, and you have this beautiful grandson. But when Max was born, you were in California, and my daughter had already moved here.
Yes, yes. So when Max was born, we lived in California. So like a couple of weeks after he was born, we came out to see him. We came out to see him right away. And my husband fell in love, and he was like, you know what? I don't want to see my grandson through pictures. I don't want to be seeing him raised through pictures. He said, so it's a perfect time for us to go back to Arizona. So this is why we relocated back to Arizona, so we can have him near us and we can see him every day. And I'm so fortunate and very lucky that your daughter found my house, 7 houses from hers. And so we're lucky that if he wants to come over, we
I
can
mean, you
just hang
can't get
out
any
right here.
closer.
No, we can't get any closer. So, I mean, we're very fortunate, and he's very close, and, we have him right just down the street.
And if we remember correctly, and eventually we'll get to the cards, the thing that this show does is you'll read cards, because this topic is just so interesting. But the reason that I picked this topic more than anything, Jackie, and it is because there's many of us grandparents that, like you just mentioned and your husband said, um, some of us live off pictures.
Mhm.
Some of us live off moments that we might see on social media or a telephone call or finding out like I just did from you last night that even that he's running. And I'm like, damn, he's running. I didn't even know this was happening. So those little tidbits are important that we all share, we all know. But that's what comes with the territory of being a grandparent these days, you know? But before we go any further and we talk about the kids, do you mind telling everyone how old you are?
No, I am 57. Yes,
You're
57.
a very young mom, grandma.
Thank you.
You're absolutely gorgeous. What are you talking to? Girl, I'm turning 70. 57 is
You
so
don't
far
forget.
away from that.
There is some days
70!
where
Woo!
this is the only time that I
And
will
I'm going to
admit my
tell you,
age.
I'm retiring.
It's
Did you
time.
what?
I said this is the only time that I will
It's
admit
time
my
to what?
age. I said
Oh,
for
you
you
are
it's time
beautiful.
to
You're
retire.
57. Now, God, and well, I'm gonna know what I was saying. I was halfway. I retired the 69 this year. Okay, next topic. 69, 70. Hey, I don't know what anybody's mind is at, but hello, wake up! It's Christmas. We wish you a merry. Okay,
Christmas.
20 cards. Just tell me what the topic of the card will mean to you when you pick a number between 1 and 20. I'll give you a statement and you tell me what it means to you, just so we get to know a little bit about the the, the you.
Okay.
These come
Number
from my life um, journals. Number
number 7.
number 7. Number 7. Where is number 7? Is that my number of marriages? No, no, not yet. There we go. Okay, this is a statement I truly pulled out of my life journals. And of course, you will identify by saying, I believe that. It
Okay.
says, the truth is, I'm a bitch.
No,
The truth is, I'm a bitch.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
What to you makes a bitch?
Somebody who you can't talk to, somebody who, if you try to run a conversation, they run over you. Somebody who thinks they're better than you are, that thinks they have a better life than you are, that feels that. So I don't think so.
Oh, Jackie, thank you. You know, to all of you watching and listening on podcasts or on YouTube, this is the first time I think that Jackie and I, in the 8 years that Maximus has been born, that we have this deep of a conversation. And of course, we had to do it on the air. Oh, yeah, because it's Christmas. But so let's go back. Let's go back. No, but thank you for saying those things because I can be loud, obnoxious. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I certainly wasn't the cup of tea to any of my ex-husbands. But at least I'm still around and I can say proudly, I'm going to be 70 and I'm happy and God is good and I might not have much, but I got me, baby.
There you go. That's all that
But
matters.
uh, But I want to say another thing because this is very interesting and you all will love this about Jackie. Jackie is not only a young mom and grandma, but she's robbing the cradle.
Yes.
Please talk to us about that. How did that happen?
We just met. We have a lot in common. Um, we just hit it off. And, the age at that moment, we didn't even know each other's age. And then as we got to know each other's age, nothing changed. I like the things that he likes. He likes the same sports teams that I like. Of course, we're Dodger fans, and he's a football fan. And we just like to do the same things. And he likes to golf, and I like to try different things. And so, yeah, we get along very well.
Um, the age difference is,
7 years, 7 years younger.
and you've been married how long?
Excuse me, 31 years. 31 years.
31
Mhm.
years. Hello. This is so amazing. What a beautiful story.
Oh.
And of course, you know that that's okay. Am I choking you to death with all these questions? Somebody bring her some water, please. Honey, heavy. But I came in through your family through the side door like most grandparents come. And I do have to tell you, you are near where my daughter lives. You have the joy of seeing Max and Elijah. With Elijah, I have the opportunity to do that because we all were in the same house until they moved
Mhm.
to Arizona. With Maximus, I don't, and he is so precious and so beautiful. But I do trust in the one thing that we all have to remember, no matter what time of year it is, no matter how long we see them, no matter how long we don't see them, is that the only bond that we all have in common is that child. And that it is so important that we keep their emotional freedom intact by just knowing that they are loved by all of us, whether we see
Yes.
them for a minute or for a couple of them. You know, but the one thing that I must insist, Jackie, you gotta send me more pictures than just two like last night.
I need to send you
Now that
more.
you
So
have my aura, now that you have my aura. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it worked and you could see the
And
videos because I do a lot of videos.
I no, I was not able to open it, but I will. It was very short. The aura keeps it short. I don't know how long it
Okay.
is
Okay.
because I didn't
Okay.
get to see any of you but him. But I'll try it again. And any aura experts that might want to write to me at entreabuelitas@gmail.com. Hey, the more the merrier, you know. But how are the holidays shaping up to you? What are you
They're
guys
good.
doing?
So we'll be traveling. We'll be traveling to California because that's where all the family is at. So see, this is where it makes it hard when we live in two states because I will be leaving Max and my son for Christmas. So I won't have Christmas Eve and Christmas morning with them, but we always make it special. So when we come back, because he gets a lot of gifts from the family out in California. So when we come back, we make it a big old deal and we might have dinner and stuff and we open all the gifts. Yes.
And all my gifts too.
Yes. Yes.
But it's so funny that we're not connected by blood, but we are connected because we know the issues that we have between the families, my daughter and myself. There is many, many mothers nowadays, and I've come to encounter them, and there will all be on Entre Abuelitas because everybody wants to talk about it. But there has been such a change in the mother-daughter relationship through the years, and especially lately. It's really amazing how it is. So for me, it is such a gift that you can be there to be with them and for them. But it's not only a love of what you can do for me or not. It's just, I mean, it's true love because we love these kids more than we love ourselves sometimes. Is that true? Is that the most amazing love you
It
have ever
is.
felt?
You can't, there's no words to describe it. There's no way to describe when you have that little precious little gift that has been given to you called a grandchild. And it's just, and you want to do everything for them and you want to be there for them. So my relationship with you is important because this is our connection, and you being there out in California and not being able to be here. So this is how we can connect. You know, I could share everything that I do with him and that I see and that he does here, you know, because I get it. I get, you know, you being far and it's hard. It really is. And I see that.
Ah,
No me
okay, here
llores.
come the tears. There's no me llores, no seas mensa. But listen, I know you guys are having an amazing, huge party. I mean, your sister has been sending invites until there's no tomorrow for the 24th evening. She's just such a wonderful lady. You still have your father with us, and that should be a celebration all of its own. You guys have an immense family, cousins and tios y tias. And I told you, we're just going to put this show up on YouTube on the TV, and everybody better sit down and watch it. But I know. And this is, you know, for all the grandparents that are out there that are going through similar experiences where they don't see their children, where there's other grandparents. You know, it might sound silly, but please know that you have to know your co-grandparent on your own. Do not
Yes.
expect that son or daughter to connect you and tell you about them and have them know about you through them. It doesn't work that way. You have to talk to each other so that you each know where you're coming from. It is much better. But remember that after all, we didn't fall in love like our children and got married. No, we were put together. They forced us.
But look at
No,
us. We
it
can
was a
laugh and
blessing.
cry
It is a,
together.
yeah, we can laugh and we can cry together. But your your mom passed away. She was just a beautiful, beautiful lady. She was at every party. She was the queen, wasn't she? She was in
Yes.
charge of everything, and everybody bowed down to her. Que
And
linda,
this
linda,
was the time
linda.
of the
And
season
from
that
heaven
she
next to my
enjoyed.
dad.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And this is the time of the season that she enjoyed the most. And she loved having everybody at her house. So this is where we get together every year. It's been like that since I was a child. We've always gotten together at my parents' house Christmas Eve. The whole family gets together. We have a special visitor that comes at midnight and hands out gifts to the children. So it's a tradition that we've done forever. And we haven't changed it. So we travel far to get there. And this is where it makes it hard because we have one set of family that lives here. And then I go out there because I have all my family out here. So, like I said, that's why when we come home and Max can't be with us in Cali, we come home and we make it a whole totally special event because, you know, that's what we do.
I really hope, I wish, and please pass this along, young men and women, whoever is falling into this podcast is not for just abuelitas to listen. It's for the young people to realize that even as the generations go by, as we clear out all that cultural baggage, as we create our own paths and our own lives, because the generations have truly changed everything. They have reshaped who grandmas are. We are powerful women who are unstoppable. You also have to know that we value the traditions and the values that our grandparents taught us. We still have those parties. We still have those get-togethers. We still remember we have uncles and aunts. And just because life goes on and because you get too busy, you just don't put it aside. You make the best of it. So in this Christmas, I know I'm getting all spunky here, but it's just that there's a lot of us grandmas out there. There's the happy grandma, the sad grandma, the depressed grandma, the flirty grandma, the sassy grandma, the marathon runner grandma. There's all of us. And we all have one wish in life, and that is that life blesses our grandkids like never, ever before. What do you have to tell everyone as we say goodbye on this show? Jackie, you are a young grandma. You have a long ways to go, but you continue with the values and traditions of the past. Do you recommend them? What do you tell the young generation?
We do. We tell our stories still of when we were young, and we keep those traditions going by telling those stories and teaching them how to make the foods. Like we make tamales. We make the tamales with the banana leaves. So when I get to Cali, that's what we will be doing with my nieces and my daughters and the little children that are growing up. And so to value all those traditions and to remind them where they came from and where their grandparents came from and where their grandparents came from, because it's really important. And, always be nice to each other. Even if you don't like that person, you have to be nice to each other, especially around Christmas, especially when all the children are around. Play nice. You have to play nice, but it's very important for them to know where they came from, where the families came from, and their traditions, because life is moving so fast and it gets so crazy. But if they have something to remember and those memories and to treasure, it'll be good for them. It'll be good.
Look at now we have an 18-year-old grandson.
I
Is that
know.
like, wow?
He'll graduate in May. He graduates from
He's an
high school
adult.
in May. Yes, it's
And
great to see.
your youngest daughter just graduated high school last year.
She graduated last
Maddie.
year. And so now we have our Elijah who just turned 18, and he'll be graduating this year. Max is 8 years old. So these 8 years have gone by so fast, but these are my eyes right now. These are my treasures.
I know. And I thank you for your love. I thank you for your kindness. And just like Jackie, I thank you so much for being an Entre Abuelitas. Of course, we're going to have to bring you back because I need to be updated about the kids. So please, let's hurry up and do that. Jackie,
On
I
your
love you.
Aurora, I will
Feliz
send you more
Navidad.
pictures. Feliz Navidad.
Please, gracias, mi amor. Gracias. I know we will see each other in passing in the holiday season. Thank you for being an Entre Abuelitas. You all remember that grandparents, no matter what, we have one single thing in common, and that is to love that child beyond price tags, beyond dreams of the future. It's with our heart, with our love, with our teachings, with our values, what we can share with them. To my correct dad, to our grandsons, Elijah and
Yeah.
Maximus, all we can wish for both of you is that just you always remember how much we love you and how much you're truly thought of forever and a day. Until we meet again in Entre Abuelitas, estas son las fiestas navideñas. Disfrútenlas, quiéranse mucho. Recuerden agradecerle a Dios. Thank God for everything you've got and everything that's coming. We have a new year pretty soon. I love you guys. Entre Abuelitas bids you good night. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Adios.
Navidad. Adios.